The Man Who Failed. 1,000 times. Have you ever built something that didn't work? Maybe a tower of blocks that fell over, a paper plane that wouldn't fly, or a drawing that didn't look the way you imagined. Most people give up after a few tries. But today's story is about a man who refused to quit, even after failing hundreds of times. His name was Thomas Edison. As a little boy, Thomas was always curious. He took apart toys just to see how they worked. He asked so many questions that sometimes his teachers didn't know how to answer them. In fact, one of his teachers thought Thomas wasn't clever enough for school. Can you imagine hearing that? Luckily, Thomas's mother believed in him. She encouraged him to keep learning, reading, and experimenting. Soon, his home became a place full of strange inventions. Bottles, wires, bits of metal, pieces of wood. Every day Thomas tried new ideas. Sometimes they worked. Most of the time, they didn't. But Thomas didn't call them failures. He called them lessons, and he kept on learning from his mistakes. Years later, he wanted to invent something that would change the world. An electric light bulb that could glow safely for a long time. It sounded simple. It wasn't. The first design failed. The second failed. The 10th failed. The 100th failed. People laughed. Some even asked him why he kept trying. Thomas smiled and said something famous. "I have not failed. I've just found many ways that don't work." So he kept experimenting. Different glass, different wires, different materials, hundreds, then hundreds more. Finally, after more than 1,000 careful experiments, he found a design that worked. For the first time, homes and streets could be lit with electric light in a practical way. His invention helped change the way people lived, worked, and learned after sunset. But here's the most amazing part. It wasn't one clever idea that made Thomas successful. It was his determination. Every failed experiment taught him something new. Every mistake brought him one step closer to the answer. Today, inventors, engineers, and scientists all over the world still learn the same lesson. Success isn't about never making mistakes. Success is about learning from every mistake you make. So the next time your homework feels difficult, or your drawing doesn't look right, or your football practice doesn't go as planned, remember Thomas Edison, the man who refused to let failure have the final word. Now here's a question for you. What's one new thing you've been afraid to try because you might get it wrong? Maybe today is the perfect day to give it another go. Because every great invention begins with one brave attempt. See you in the next 3-minute story.